Alright, welcome back to our Etsy channel for shop help. This video is going to be part 5 in our series on opening up your Etsy shop. Now you've got everything set up, ready to go. We put up a banner, filled out all the information on the front page, everything on the about section that you need. So now you're ready to start putting up your listings. So what do you have to do first before you get your listings up? We've already talked about getting good photos so that we can have those to do our banner. The most important thing that you're going to have to do is get the best photos of your products that you can. Customers shop by photos. If they like what they see in the picture, they'll click on your item, go in your shop, and buy. If your photos are dark, blurry, not set up basically well at all, you're going to lose them before they ever walk by. Your photo and your thumbnail picture, that's the main thing they see when they're scrolling through the listings, is like your storefront window. If a storefront window isn't inviting, it doesn't show products that the store carries that make you want to walk in as a customer, you'll walk right on by and never go in the store. So same thing works here with Etsy. Your photo has to be perfect. You can't show one that is the item is half cropped off so you can't see the entire thing. It can't be blurry with shadows. It's got to be a great photo. All of your photos need to be perfectly, lighting good, everything to keep them in there. But the first one is very, very important because that's what gets them in the store. In order to get your good photos, you may need to take them outside. You may need to get a light box. Watch a few videos that show how to get good photos, how to get your lighting correct, how to set things up so you don't have too many props, but just enough. Once you get that and have your photos of your products set aside, you're going to be ready to get your keywords and get your title going. Also keep in mind, sorry about this, that, good gracious, this is annoying. You want to keep in mind you need at least 5 good photos. Etsy gives us 10 spots, but you don't have to use all 10. You want to keep at least 5 photos in there to show all areas so the customer feels like they've picked up the item and looked at it. Just like if they walked in a store. You can use some of your extra photo spots for things that are related to your item that would be maybe in your description that customers might not necessarily read all of the description, like shipping time frames, or do you have a cutoff date for Mother's Day orders. That kind of thing can also be found in your photo area, and when we do our next video, we'll show some examples of that. Once you're ready to get your keywords done, then it's time to do a little more research. In order to make a good title, the next thing you need is great keywords and great keyword phrases. The keywords that you use in the title and the tag areas, the little 13 spaces down at the bottom, get your products in front of customers. That's how Etsy search knows that your item is relevant to the search the customer just made and pulls your item up. If they're not good and you're not relevant keywords, if they're not things that actually relate to your item or your target market, then your customers in the target market will never see your item. It'll never pull it up and it won't get in front of them for them to even see your great photo and click on your listing. When you're picking good keywords, you need to know where to start. So it takes a lot of time and practice. You have to learn how to research your wording and how to figure out what's probably the best phrases to use to get you seen in as many searches as possible. Learning how to research the wording is the most important part of making a good title. You want to look at what other sellers that are selling similar type items or the same items use. Look for popular shops that have a lot of reviews. That indicates, if you see there's a high review number, that they've had good sales. So you want to check those. See if you find items like yours, and then look for the wording they use in their title. You look at several listings in that shop. Then you find another shop. Do the same thing, check several listings, and you're going to be writing down a list of common words that you see from one shop to the other. If you see a word that or phrases that are used in multiple shops, then there's something going on there that everybody's using those phrases, and it's probably because that's a common phrase customers are using and sellers are using it to get their items seen by the customers using that wording. So you want to write it down. Um, you know, you used certain wording to get to where you were looking at their item. And if you notice that wording is in each one of them's title, that it's probably a good search too. So you make a list of the common wording that you see, and then you're going to be ready to head over to Erank to do some research time. You want to remember that the first phrase in your title has to be a really good title phrase that shows up underneath the thumbnail picture. So it needs to say basically what it is. If it's a custom mother's necklace with kids' names on it, that's going to be the first phrase you use in your title because it's going to show up right underneath that thumbnail picture. You have to keep in mind, customers that are searching a lot from their phones and tablets, they're seeing a smaller picture view. They're not seeing it the same as you do on a desktop. So you want to keep in mind how it looks to them. When I think it's maybe 80% of customers are looking on mobile devices, so that's really important to do. Then you want to pick a good title phrase that links all of the items in your shop, that makes your shop relevant in the search. If you're selling a particular type of jewelry or a particular style of jewelry, or custom embroidered baby items or just embroidery items in general, you want wording that's going to group everything in your shop together. Now, I realize some shops are set up more of a gift shop, random, all kinds of things in the shop, so that's harder to do. It's also harder to sell that way. That's why I don't recommend having a shop that's 100 different types of items listed in it. That's why in our earlier videos we talked about picking items that you like to make and kind of trying to stick with 1 to 2 items in your shop. Having a multiple long list of things makes it harder to make your shop relevant in searches, and it makes it harder for you to get a set up on a basis where you're going to get daily sales. When you have all kinds of random things. I know people feel like, the more I have, the better, and if I have a wider variety, the better, but that's not necessarily true for Etsy. You want to keep your shop simple, try to focus on 1 to 2 type of items. It's like I've always said and told people that came to want to sell in my shop. A jack of all trades is a master of none. If you have 100 different types of items and you're selling monogrammed items and you're selling jewelry and you're selling woodwork and you're selling cotton candy, all different things, then you're not a master of any one craft because you're trying to do way too much. You can't focus your money on everything so that it can be the best that it can be. You have to pick where you can put your resources of money and time to make top quality products. Once you get down and you're good at making the one and you're an expert at it, then you can work on another craft that you might want to be an expert in too. But that also may mean you want to have a second shop that you're an expert in. So kind of keep it down to 1 or 2 type items. This makes it easier for shop relevance in searches, and it makes it easier for you to make excellent products that are going to be the quality that you want your customers to have to keep them returning back to you. An example of how you're making your top title for a shop is if you sell wire wrap jewelry, for instance. Then every title in there needs a reference to wire wrap jewelry somewhere in it. And into the tags. That will help your items all show up in one large search for wire wrap jewelry. Yes, it's high competition, but you want your entire shop to show in there. The reason for that is to make your shop relevant. So if you have 100 listings that are all wire wrap jewelry of some kind, whether it's necklaces, pendants, earrings, rings, all of your shop will show up in that large search. You're more likely to grab a customer that goes from there into your shop, and then they'll see the multiple items you have in your shop. But your items are also going to show up in smaller searches that's not as high competition too. That's when you filter down your next phrase that it is a wire wrap amethyst pendant, or a wire wrap amethyst ring or pearl ring or whatever it might be. You're going to focus to the one main phrase that's for that individual item. Then you also will find sometimes it's best to use a phrase that shows what the item can be for. Is it kitchen decor? Is it nursery, bedroom decor, home decor, a wreath for the front door? What exactly is it, that you're going to use it for? So you may want a phrase in your title that focuses on that to hit a target market. Is it jewelry that could be used for wedding, bridal jewelry? Once you do your keyword research on eRank, you're going to find out which tags and items are maybe better to use than others. Now that you have your list of phrases, what are you going to do? When you get your wording, it's time to make your titles and get ready to put up your listings. You want the title to read well for customers, and you want to use all the great keywords that you have found, but you have to think like a customer, or how you would actually talk to a person if you were at a live show and you were showing them the item. Basically, you don't want your title to look keyword stuffed. For years, that's how we've done it. It was keyword stuffed, wire wrap jewelry, hand stamped jewelry, mother's necklace, pearl necklace, kind of like that, random word phrases after phrases after phrases with commas, and it was just a list of words, and it didn't really read like a sentence, or it didn't read like a customer. It was a word jumble. So now they asked us to make it more readable for a customer. Wire wrap amethyst pendant necklace, next phrase. Custom wire wrap jewelry for mom. Next phrase. Custom wire wrapped pearl necklace for bridal jewelry. You want more 3 short readable phrases that are like 3 short little titles that could possibly describe your item. Then you're going to put some of that wording also in your tags. I try to make mine so that each set of wording phrases that I use could possibly get me seen in about 3 searches just by that one phrase. And the next phrase, another 3 to 4 searches. And the next phrase, another 3 to 4 searches. The way that works is Etsy search can take the wording you have, and it may be phrased and organized one way, but they can pull words out of other areas of your title to make completely different phrases a customer might use. And then that's how you end up in possible 10 searches instead of 3. The first phrase should tell what it is. This phrase, again, is going to show up under the main photo. So you want it to tell the customer exactly what it is. Just like if it was that storefront window, and you might put a sign in there beside it that says, ladies summer jacket on sale for whatever price. That's how your first photo is. It's just grabbing their attention and pulling it in. So you want it to make it the best it can be. An example is a personalized baby blanket with kids' names. Under a photo of a baby's blanket that is monogrammed with the child's name. So you would have this photo with the blanket laying on a chair. You can see that the kid's name is on it. So underneath it, it's going to say personalized baby's blanket with kid's name or baby name. That tells them exactly what they're seeing in the picture. Then the next, you're going to add a phrase that says customized baby shower gift or baby girl coming home blanket. Whatever phrases you pick out, you're going to have those 3 good phrases, maybe 4 will fit sometimes, for the item, and use the good keywords that you've picked out. You're going to have a long list of keywords by the time you finish. So you're going to see, exactly what fits that particular product, because some of them may be better for other products. And you want to use the words that get your items in the search that a customer is making. So you add those keywords in the title that you can fit, make your good sentences, then extra words like gift for her, gift for dad, gift for mom, just kind of general words that you didn't want to put in the title, but you still think might get you in a good search. You put those in the tag area. But you also remember the ones you used in the title go in the tag area also. You get your list of products, your photos, and your titles all written down. You're ready to start adding them to your Etsy shop. Now, all of this research takes a little time, so you have to have some hours set aside to do that. So don't expect to sit down and be able to put up 20 products in one day. Unless you're moving from one shop to another and just copy and pasting, that's kind of unrealistic. So you don't want to get yourself too frustrated with it. Work on 3 to 4 or 5 maybe that are all similar. Say all of your wire wrap rings, or all of your baby blankets, or all of your certain type of candles. You work on them all at one time. The reason for that, if you take the sections at a time that are very similar products, once you get a title down, you can set up one listing, duplicate, copy the listing, change photos, change colors, scents, smells, the few things that need to be changed, and you can set up more items quickly by using that method and the copying of the listing, so you don't have to fill out the basic things every time, like attributes, shipping. All of that will already be done, and you just have to make minor changes. Then you can add more products, you know, quicker. That's why you want to work on similar sections of your shop at a time. All the bracelets, all the rings, all the baby blankets, all the baby bibs, all of the candles or all of the wax melts, whatever you're doing. Work on each section of your shop or each particular type of item that's in your shop all at one time. I'm going to be adding up some more videos on how to search for keywords, what is better working keywords for titles, what works best for tags only, and exactly how to fill this out. So it's going to be a step-by-step video showing exactly how to do it, exactly what you need to fill out, step by step, filling out attributes, all of that walks you right through how to do it. Now you're ready to start watching the video on how to use eRank. You want to watch this first so you know how to get your titles ready. You want to pick the good wording. You want to know exactly that what you're written down to use in your title is going to work. You're going to go there, watch these videos I have set up first. Video number 2 will show you exactly how to set up the listing and walk you through doing it. These will be found on the YouTube channel. You can click this link below. It will take you right to the YouTube channel where all of our videos are set up. If you go to subscribe, and then you will be able to find all the videos labeled and titled for you. We have part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 4A, and this one you're currently watching is going to be part 5. I've also have set up currently already some videos on how to use eRank, how to use the this one here is how to look at titles, how to use the SEO tools on eRank to pick titles, what are keywords. So you're going to want to go back and watch pretty much this whole series of how to get the keywords and stuff on eRank as you're trying to get your titles together. Once you do that, then you'll come back to the next video I'm going to make that shows you how you put it all together and how to set this listing up. So that's going to be how to open your Etsy shop. Part 6 coming up next.